Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV. Listen to the commentary outline that frames the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a collision between constitutional law and political theatre. This isn't a trial, it's a performance. The Supreme Court said the charges don't exist. Yet Justice Omotosho presses on, rewriting law with silence. What happens when a judge becomes the prosecutor, and the Constitution becomes a prop? Justice James Omotosho is presiding over a trial that, according to Supreme Court precedent and constitutional law, lacks any valid legal foundation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being forced to respond to repealed charges, making the entire proceeding a constitutional nullity. No extant charges against Nnamdi Kanu. As of November 2025, there are no valid, extant charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under Nigerian law. The Terrorism, Prevention, Amendment, Act 2013, which formed the basis of the charges, was repealed by the Terrorism, Prevention and Prohibition, Act 2022. The Supreme Court judgment of the 15th of December, 2023, delivered by Justice Garba JSC, explicitly stated, Count 15 does not exist in the body of Nigerian laws. It is unknown to our law. The prosecution must amend it. Despite this, Justice Omotosho and Prosecutor Awomolo-san have continued proceedings without amending the charge sheet, in defiance of the Supreme Court directive. Kanu's legal position: show me the law. Kanu has repeatedly declared in court, I will open my defense now, this minute, if you show me the extant law under which I am charged. He argues that jurisdiction is the lifeblood of adjudication, and without a valid law, the court has no authority to proceed. His defense cites Section 36(12) of the Nigerian Constitution. No person shall be convicted of a criminal offense unless that offense is defined and the penalty prescribed in a written law. Judicial overreach and constructive denial of fair hearing. Justice Omotosho has been accused of acting as both judge and de facto prosecutor, ignoring constitutional safeguards and Supreme Court precedent. Kanu's legal team and observers argue this amounts to constructive denial of fair hearing, a violation of Section 36 of the Constitution. The refusal to acknowledge the repeal of the law, or to take judicial notice of the Supreme Court's ruling, transforms the trial into persecution, not adjudication. Symbolism and political undercurrents. The phrase, legal corpse, used by Kanu's defense consortium underscores the symbolic death of the prosecution's case. Justice Omotosho's struggle to interpret the Constitution in simplest form reflects a deeper crisis, the politicization of Nigeria's judiciary. The reference to a house in Dubai hints at alleged inducements or external pressures, casting doubt on judicial independence. What happens next? Kanu has refused to enter defense unless the court proves the existence of a valid law. The Federal High Court has adjourned the case to November 7, 2025, giving Kanu one final opportunity to open his defense or be deemed to have forfeited his right. Legal analysts warn that any conviction based on repealed laws could collapse on appeal, and may trigger international human rights scrutiny. Here is the commentary unpacking this moment as a clash between constitutional law and political theatre. It's a legacy-defining chapter. Stay tuned as we move to powerful commentary outline. We had a powerful commentary outline that frames the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a collision between constitutional law and political theatre. It's designed for our Biafra Battle Cry channel, emotionally resonant, legally sharp, and for your perusal. Now listen. Kanu versus Nigeria, no law, no justice. Omotosho's courtroom becomes political theatre of persecution. What happens when a courtroom becomes a stage, and the Constitution is ignored like a forgotten script? Today, we unpack the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where law is absent, and theatre takes center stage. Section 1. The legal corpse. There are no extant charges against Nnamdi Kanu. None. 0. Nullity. The Supreme Court ruled in December 2023 that Count 15 is unknown to Nigerian law. The prosecution was ordered to amend it. They refused. Justice Omotosho continues proceedings based on a repealed statute. That's not law, it's defiance. Section 2. Political theatre in robes. Omotosho is acting as judge and prosecutor. He's not interpreting the law, he's performing a role. This is not a trial. It's persecution dressed in procedure. The courtroom has become a theatre of fear, where the goal is not justice, but silence. Section 3. Kanu's defiant logic. Kanu said, I will open my defense now, this minute, if you show me the extant law under which I am charged. That's not evasion. That's constitutional clarity. Section 36(12) of the Nigerian Constitution demands that every offense be defined in a written law. That law no longer exists. Section 4, what's at stake? This trial is a test of Nigeria's legal soul. Will the judiciary obey its own Supreme Court? Will political actors allow truth to surface, or will they bury it beneath theatrics and fear? The world is watching. Diaspora voices are rising. And Kanu's silence may speak louder than any defense. Closing call to action. This is not just about one man. It's about whether law still matters in Nigeria. Share this video. Speak up. Because when law dies, theater becomes tyranny.
Tried in any court of law in Nigeria.
Say it again.
That's what the law says.
Say it again.
Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. As simple as that. Not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committing an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. I will happen in my case.